Yo, what is up, guys? It is Tom, back again with a crypto video. Today's the day, guys. I mean, we hit 200 subs. Thank you so much. That is amazing. I would never thought I would hit 200 subs so quick. But like I was gonna say, let's start this YouTube comment picker, and obviously the winner. I'm gonna send you my personal favorite cryptocurrency book. So the winner, please just contact me through probably my Facebook Messenger would be the best way. And yeah, so let's go. Let's see who is the winner here. Swarm, congrats, bro. You put your Bitcoin wallet. Maybe next time I'll do a Bitcoin kind of giveaway if that's kind of what you guys want, which is totally cool. But yeah, man. So you were the winner. I will send you your book as soon as possible. Just please get in contact with me, probably either through my Instagram or Facebook. But yeah, let's get into this video, guys. I want to make this pretty short because I do have to go out and do some homework. I have a ton of final exams I got to study for. So I want to give you guys kind of my look on, how I find altcoins, how I invest in cryptocurrencies, and the best way to really start for a beginner. What I would say is if you're a beginner, definitely just to get your feet wet, definitely buy some Bitcoin just so you have some capital on hand. I think that's probably the safest investment in cryptocurrency. Not that you could probably call any investment technically safe, but definitely start off with Bitcoin, guys. Don't just keep throwing your money at some of these altcoins that you really don't know too much about. You really want to read some books and kind of understand what cryptocurrency is, understand what a blockchain is, and that way you will be more educated on the subject and you can kind of, you know, step over into more of alternative coins and some of those riskier investments. So whenever I'm scanning for coins to look to invest in, what I look for is a couple of these things. So I'm going to kind of go down the list and then I'll touch on each one of them a little bit. So what problem does the coin solve? What problem does it solve? How does the community feel? How is the team behind the project? Every project has a development team. You really want to look into that team, because you want to make sure there's credible people behind it. So what are their goals? What are the goals for the coin? You could probably look at the white paper if you want to kind of see that path. What is the supply? This could be total supply, circulating supply, anything like that. Is there room for growth? Are there any large investors or governments backing the coin? Is it listed on major exchanges? And does it have a good chance of mass adoption? So, guys, touching on this, what problem does it solve? There's a lot of specific niches in cryptocurrency. Like you could have building cryptos, you could have privacy coins, secrecy cryptos, and the main two that I like to look at are privacy coins because I think that's a huge space for people that not only want private transactions but big investors that kind of want to hide their money all over the world. I think that's going to be a really emerging market for that. And building cryptos, the reason why I like that is because let's say Ethereum, every single developer or other cryptocurrency that builds on that Ethereum blockchain, will therefore bring more money and more volume into Ethereum and therefore causing the price to increase. So it has a lot of respectability in the sense that, hey, if we see more people building on the Ethereum blockchain, that's probably more of a credible altcoin. Just like with Lisk, that's why I like Lisk. If you want to build decentralized apps, if Lisk could be your go-to, that's going to bring up the value in terms of Lisk. The community feel, guys, is very important as well. I mean, if you don't see a lot of coins out there, if you're researching ICOs and they're only talking about, oh, we're gonna make money, we're gonna shoot to the moon, everybody's gonna be a millionaire. That's really not That's probably it's guaranteed a scam. If they're not talking about what's the community feel, what are our goals, right? Is there a strong community and network behind our coin and our cryptocurrency? That's what I like to look for too. And the guys over at Vertcoin, that's pretty much what they stress all the time is our community feel. We want to put the power back into the people, and they have this kind of core concept of decentralized mining to kind of help out, the little guy in comparison to these big people that own a bunch of these mining farms. And obviously, guys, the team behind the project. You guys should always be looking into the development team. What are their goals? What are their backgrounds? Where did they go to school? Are they smart? Are they just doing this to kind of pump and dump the coin? So if you look at some of the team members on Vertcoin, Lisk, Ethereum, all very incredibly smart people, all computer scientists, went to some of the most prestigious schools in the world, guys. Like you have team members that went to Harvard, Yale, studied at, it was a researcher at MIT. That builds credibility behind your coin and behind your project, because in a sense, I think of everything in terms of a sales transaction. A coin is trying to sell me to get me to invest my money. I work hard for my money, so I'm not just going to throw my money at some bullshit. I want to make sure that the team is going to be good. There's forward thinking in the community, and it can really go places, guys. And a lot of these cryptocurrencies sucker you into these pipe dreams that really don't have a fundamentals behind them, don't have a community, don't have credible people behind their coin, and I just think that's very unethical. So stick with the coins that are solid and kind of go by these criterias, guys. And let's see, what are their goals? Obviously, the best thing to look at in terms of goals, follow the developers on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Some of them have Telegram accounts, so you can kind of stay updated. Everything wants to be forward thinking. We want to think into the future. We want to be progressing. Lisk is putting out in Q1 of 2018 their SDK, so everybody should be looking out for that. They're always updating their social media, giving out ideas, saying what they should do next. So those are coins that you want to look to that have forward-thinking mentality. And guys, supply is more not on a terms of a fundamental standpoint, but a lot of people have been asking me. Some people have been asking me in the comments. They're like, "Hey Tom, do you think I like Ripple?" And that's great, but do you think it's going to go to $5? And I don't think it's going to go to $5, because you have to look at circulating supply in comparison to its overall market cap, guys. And the reason why I say this is because you want something that builds up scarcity, right? I mean, think about it. The way I kind of like to compare this is, look at the iPhone X, right? There was such a limited supply. Everybody was going crazy to get them. If there was, hundreds of iPhone X's, if I could just walk into an AT&T store, a Verizon store, an Apple store, and just get my hands on it, that really doesn't build the hype, doesn't build the value, right? So, I mean, if there's billions of XRP coins in comparison to Bitcoin, where the circulating supply is only in the millions, what's building more perceived value is, wow, this is a scarce asset. And that's really what I like to invest in, are coins that have a little bit of a low circulating supply. I do look at total supply as well, but it really didn't matter to me too much with Lisk. If you guys want to know why, definitely go back into some of my other videos where I go in depth about Lisk and Vertcoin. But yeah, guys, you want something that builds urgency, like a sense of urgency. If you look at all the FOMO that's going on with Bitcoin right now, it's essentially just people like, oh my gosh, I'm going to miss out. There's only going to be 21 million or so Bitcoins in the world. I want to get my hands on one. And so it creates this sense of urgency, FOMO, and that's really what you guys want if you want to see good price action. So that's why I like circulating supply. Coins with crazy numbers of coins outstanding, you'll see they're only trading for a couple cents. Like if you look at IOTA, it's a good coin. I like IOTA too, but it's 85 cents. Are you gonna have good moves? Of course. Like Ripple, if you got in like a 2 or 3 cents, you made a killing. But I think for long term, it'll be slow and sustained growth. But you're not gonna see like 30 or 40% moves in a day from Ripple. You're just not. Um, what else, guys? Obviously, we kind of touched on, is there room for growth? In terms of the development side, what can they do? Are there new products that they can be pushing? Are there new clients that they can be kind of interacting with? An example of this would actually be Ripple with the American Express deal. But obviously, due to circulating supply, I don't think it's going to push the price of the coin up that much. But we'll see. Maybe it's a good investment for long term. But me personally, I just don't like Ripple. Let's see. Are there any large investors or governments backing this coin, guys? This I can kind of relate to the stock market a little bit. If you see, let's say if tomorrow Amazon comes out, or Warren Buffett comes out and says, "Hey, I'm backing Amazon, and I'm gonna invest $45 million into Amazon because I think it's gonna be really good." You can bet, guys, that is going to rip the price through the roof, because other people like me will be like, wow, Warren Buffett is super credible. He's one of the best investors of our time. If he's behind Amazon, why shouldn't I be behind Amazon as well? So it builds value on top of that, guys. And another thing, are large governments going to be behind this coin? You can look at this with NEO, guys. Obviously, NEO is a great investment. Long term, I see Neo as a $200 coin easy. Reason being is because Neo has China's backing 100%, and I will never ever in my life doubt China because the Chinese are so smart. It's one of the most fastest growing GDPs on the planet Earth. It has one of the fastest growing middle classes on planet Earth. Why would you doubt um, China? Like if Neo is Chinese Ethereum, right? And so what I think, guys, is going to happen is Neo is going to be pushing and so hard to make Neo the adopted number one cryptocurrency of China and all of Asia. I think they're going to put a lot of pressure on Korea to kind of make Neo their number one. And I wouldn't even be surprised if Neo comes out and gives developers some sort of federal funding or grants to build applications on the Neo blockchain and really use Neo as opposed to Ethereum. Because I mean, really, the Chinese people don't really like anything too much in terms of technology wise that come from the West. They really want to build within themselves and kind of be that superpower. And I mean, as an investor standpoint, it is very, very, important to kind of pick up on that so we can get in. I mean, me personally, I've been holding Neo for a long time, probably since about like 16 or 17. It's a long-term hold for me, guys. I think it's a solid coin. Um, lots of institutional investors are going to be pumping into this coin. China's backing it. The founder of Neo has a very, very strong relationship with the president in China, and this is just going to be a great coin for the future. So guys, look for coins that have big institutional investors, big billionaires backing this, um, governments backing this, because in cryptocurrencies, even though it's a decentralized space and a deregulated space, governments do have a lot of pull, and if you can get a government behind a cryptocurrency, it will fly. So that's kind of my analysis on Neo. And is it listed on any major exchanges, guys? The reason why I say this is because if you go down, and I know, hold on, I don't want to hear all the FUD and the bad comments. BitConnect, geez, we're going to talk about it for a second. So BitConnect isn't really listed on major exchanges, and I know it's listed on HitBTC, but if you look at most of the volume where it's coming from, a lot of the volume in regards to BitConnect is just on their exchange internally. So as a really, really long term and sustainable investment, I wouldn't buy BitConnect coin. I mean, obviously, okay, guys, we know that it could be a Ponzi scheme. I get it, right? But what I'm saying is, for you guys to identify where the volume's coming, and if it's listed on these major exchanges, that builds credibility with the coins, right? If BitConnect isn't being listed on Bittrex, isn't being listed on Poloniex, I understand HitBTC is a bigger exchange than Bittrex, but if it's not being massively adopted by a lot of these exchanges, what is that saying about that coin? A lot of people don't trust it, and I don't really want to be involved too much, holding a large number of coins in my portfolio that not a lot of people trust, right? If we want to be sustainable long term, guys, in this cryptocurrency industry, we want to invest in Bitcoin. We want to invest in Ethereum, coins that have tons of emerging technologies, great projects, great development team members, a great sense of community behind these coins. Those are the ones that we want to invest in a lot. Should you take a pot shot on things like BitConnect and some of these lending platform ICOs? Hey, I think it's better than, playing scratch off lottery tickets, but I wouldn't invest my whole life savings or even, 20% of my portfolio in, because there's so much better coins out there, guys. There's so much better projects and development teams that actually deserve your money, because these are the type of cryptocurrencies that are going to change the way we live fundamentally, and that's just kind of my take on that. But there is money to be made in those lending platform ICOs, but just take it as a gamble. Don't even consider it an investment, because it's really not. It's just like you're going to Vegas and gambling, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not hating on that at all. And does it have a good chance of mass adoption, guys? That's the number one, right? Think about mass adoption. And the reason why I say mass adoption is because when market cap grows, you can sure as hell believe that the price is going to grow. If market cap isn't growing, price isn't going to grow. As mass adoption comes into the cryptocurrency space, as coins are getting massively adopted, market cap grows and price will grow. And that's what I'm seeing with Dash. I like privacy coins. I think it has a lot of value and people are going to have a lot of use for it. I also like Lisk. the reason I like Lisk, look, we just broke $1 billion in market cap, and that's awesome, guys. I mean, that's great for the community. That's great for the coin. So, I mean, if we can see a $2 or $3 billion market cap in Lisk, we see a Lisk price of well over $20. And I personally think that it's so possible, judging on the fact that Lisk didn't even launch their SDK yet, so developers aren't really building on the platform. And also, Lisk runs on JavaScript, which is the most widely used language, kind of for these for developers and for coders to kind of build applications. So, guys, as a newbie, the thing that I would say is do so much research that it makes you sick. I remember when I was heavily invested into the stock market, I would be reading research reports, analyst reports, earnings reports. I would be looking at PE ratio, price to earnings, all of this stuff, and just overly researching it because you have to have the stock or the coin sell you. Why does it deserve your money? Because in most cases, guys, some of these absolutely do not deserve your money. And we want the best chance of growth. We want the best chance of making money. And that's what we want to do. So if you guys have any questions, please hit me up in the comments below. Um, this guy who won the book Swarm, please send me a message pretty much on any of my social media platforms. I'll definitely get that out to you. And if you're a newbie investor, definitely bounce ideas off each other in the comments below. Is there something that you guys look when you're looking for a coin or an ICO? I mean, a coin or an ICO, because I'd love to know too. I mean, these are the main things that I look for because I'm more of a fundamentals player. Obviously, I do technical analysis, which I kind of wanted to leave out in this video because when you're a newbie to investing, you're really not looking so much on the technical side. You're looking on the fundamentals. Is the team good? Does it have a good community feel? Is there room for growth? That's what you're looking for. So, guys, please give me some feedback. If you have any tips on any coins that you think I should be looking at, definitely let me know. And I will see you guys in the next video.